and welcome all students. Your teacher, Mrs. Batul Sapuwala, will continue with the chapter of Civics, number 4, the Indian Judicial System. The Indian Judicial System. Here it is Supreme Court and High Court and the subordinate court. The Indian judiciary comprises the Supreme Court at the apex, followed by the High Court in different states and the subordinate courts. The Supreme Court, the High Court and the subordinate court are all linked to each other. That is why the judicial system is also known as the integrated judicial system. The judiciary is an independent organ. The Supreme Court is the highest court and it is the guardian of the Indian Constitution. The Supreme Court is located at New Delhi. The Supreme Court consists of the Chief Justice and a maximum of 30 other judges. The Supreme Court hears and gives ruling on both the civil and the criminal cases. The judiciary. The judiciary is an independent organ that is not connected to the legislature and the executive, means not connected to the parliament and not connected to any of the ministers. Therefore, it can give the right justice to the people. The judiciary maintains the law and order and it is to follow the constitution, and also it's a guardian of the constitution of India. Any person who has not been getting their fundamental rights or their rights are being violated, then the judiciary takes an actions on it. So, every person should be getting their fundamental rights. There are 3 tiers of the judiciary. At the apex, it is the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is at Delhi. High Court at the state level and at the district level, the district court. So thus students, in the judiciary of India, we have seen that how the constitution of India has been safeguarded. 3 tiers, that is the Supreme Court, the High Court, the district or the session court. Here in the Supreme Court, we had studied it earlier. Now we shall do the judicial activism. Student, come to page number 80 of your textbook, the judicial activism. Traditionally, the courts settle the dispute whenever they are approached for that purpose. In the last few decades, this image of the court has undergone a change and they have become increasingly active. This means that the court now seek to fulfill the constitutional goals of justice and equality. The court has tried to provide legal protection to the marginalized sections in society: women, tribal, workers, farmers and children. Public interest litigations have played an important role in this regard. पहले ऐसा रहता था कि अगर कोई डिस्प्यूट है, कोई फाइटिंग है या कोई मुद्दा है तो कोर्ट्स में लोग जाते थे, अप्रोच करते थे कोर्ट को. लेकिन लास्ट फ्यू डिकेड्स, लास्ट थोड़े सालों से हम ये देख रहे हैं कि कोर्ट का जो इमेज है वो थोड़ा चेंज हो गया है. कोर्ट है वो पहले से ज़्यादा एक्टिव हो चुका है. कोर्ट का ये मानना है कि जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल गोल्स है, जैसे सबको ही जस्टिस और इक्वालिटी मिलनी चाहिए, सोशल जस्टिस एंड सोशल एंड इकोनॉमिक इक्वालिटी शुड बी प्रोवाइडेड टू एवरीवन. इसके लिए लीगल प्रोटेक्शन ज़्यादा लिया जाता है सोसाइटीज़ के अंदर, स्पेशली रिलेटेड टू द वुमेन, ट्राइबल्स जो आदिवासीज होते हैं, वर्कर्स जो काम करते हैं, मजदूर, फार्मर्स एंड चिल्ड्रन के ऊपर. और यहाँ पे पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट लिटिगेशन एक बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है. Now students, we shall see the functions of the Supreme Court. As a federal court, it has the responsibility to settle dispute between the center and states on one side and states on the other side. Student, about the center and the state I had explained you in the previous video. So if there is any dispute between the central government and the state, or between the center and the state, they need to settle those disputes. And not only that, but between two states or two or more states, if there are any type of disputes, that is the work of the Supreme Court to settle down those disputes. It may also give orders to relevant authorities for protection of the fundamental rights of citizen. The citizen of India enjoys the fundamental rights, and giving the protection to the fundamental rights is also the work of the Supreme Court. Any person who is violating the fundamental rights or not allowing the other person to give the fundamental rights, that looking for that and giving the punishment to that person is the work of the Supreme Court. To review decrees and orders of lower courts and also review its own decision. To review the decisions which is taken out by the Supreme Court, and also to review the orders which is given to the lower court, that is the High Court and the subordinate, or you can say the District Court. In case the President asks for the advice of the court to understand the legal aspects in matters of public importance and provide the necessary advice. The Supreme Court is also the guardian of the Indian Constitution, and if the President needs a legal advice, so the Supreme Court gives the advice to the President and all related to the matters of public importance, and giving them the advice to the President from time to time. So students, we have done today the function of the Supreme Court. Now we shall see about the public interest litigations. Public interest litigations (PIL) refers to the litigation filed on issues of public importance by individual citizen, social organization or non-governmental organization on behalf of the people. The court thinks over the question raised and gives its decision. Public interest litigation, यहाँ पे चाहे एक इंडिविजुअल हो या फिर कोई सोशल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन या नॉन गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, जिसको हम NGOs भी कहते हैं, वो पीपल के बिहाफ पे अपने इश्यूज़ जो होते हैं वो फाइल करते हैं, एंड दिस इज़ नोन एज द पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट लिटिगेशन. यहाँ पे कोर्ट जो उनसे सवाल किए जाते हैं, जो क्वेश्चंस किए जाते हैं, कोर्ट उनके ऊपर सोचते हैं और अपना डिसीजंस देते हैं.
Though the judicial structure in India seems well laid out and accessible to all, is it really easily accessible for all citizens in India? Not really. While it's easier for educated people like us, it's the poor that suffer the most. There's a lot of paperwork and money involved in court cases, making it close to impossible for a poor family to approach a court for justice.
It is not possible.
To add to this,
for the people of poor
a court hearing can spill over many years till a final judgment is made, making it impractical for a layman to approach a court.
It may take time, but
However,
yes,
to combat this situation and increase the accessibility to justice, the Supreme Court introduced the Public Interest Litigation, or PIL, in the 1980s.
In the year 1980.
This enabled a person who needed justice to file a PIL directly to the High Court or Supreme Court. The midday meal that children get in government schools is a result of a PIL filed. Despite some of the problems of the judicial system in India,
which need to be solved,
as an independent body, it has played a key role in the functioning of the country and protecting the fundamental rights of the citizens. We have now reached the end of this module on the judiciary.
Come to page number 81, Judicial Review. One of the most important responsibility entrusted to the Supreme Court is the protection of the Constitution. जो सबसे important जो responsibility है Supreme Court की, कि वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का प्रोटेक्शन करें. You are aware that the Constitution is a fundamental law of the nation. The Parliament cannot pass any law that violates the Constitution. Parliament कौन सा भी ऐसे लॉ नहीं पास करती जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में के खिलाफ हो. Every act or policy made by the executive should also be consistent with the Constitution. Executive जो भी अपना काम करती है वो as per the Constitution ही होना चाहिए. मतलब ओवरऑल अगर हमें कंट्री को चलाना है तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में जैसे लिखा गया है वैसे ही हम गवर्नमेंट को चलाएंगे. अगर if any law passes by the legislature or any act of the executive violates any provision of the constitution, the said law or act is declared illegal and struck down by the court. This power of the court is known as judicial review. यहाँ पे अगर लेजिस्लेचर कोई ऐसा लॉ बनाती है या कोई एक्ट पास करती है या एग्जीक्यूट जो है, जो मिनिस्टर्स होते हैं जो ये लॉज को इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं, अगर वो कोई ऐसा काम करते हैं जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस के खिलाफ है तो कोर्ट, सुप्रीम कोर्ट उसे इलीगल डिक्लेयर करती है और वो काम को स्टॉप कर देती है. ये पावर जो कोर्ट के पास होता है कि वो लेजिस्लेचर और एग्जीक्यूटिव के काम जो इलीगल चल रहे हैं या जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस के खिलाफ है, ये पावर्स को हम जुडिशियल रिव्यू कहते हैं. शुड the court have such a right? Yes, the court should have such a right. So let's see an example of it. The court has asked candidates contesting in elections to declare their property and income details and educational qualifications through an affidavit. The aim was to ensure that the voter will vote on the basis of accurate information about the candidates. Is this not an attempt to make our election process more transparent? Are there any more such orders from the court with respect to this subject? Find out more on this. यहाँ पे जब इलेक्शंस होते हैं तो जो कैंडिडेट खड़ा हुआ होता है उनको अपनी एफिडेविट बना के उनके जो एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन होते हैं और उनके पास कितने पैसे हैं, कितनी प्रॉपर्टी है, उनका इनकम कितना है, ये सब उनको जाहिर करना पड़ता है और गवर्नमेंट को देना पड़ता है. इससे वोटर्स को समझ में आए कि जो हम जिसे वोट कर रहे हैं, जो कैंडिडेट को हम वोट कर रहे हैं, उसकी इन्फॉर्मेशंस हमारे पास होनी चाहिए और हम उन पे भरोसा करके उन पे वोट करते हैं. तो ये जो इलेक्शन प्रोसेस में ये जो रूल बनाया गया है बाय द कोर्ट इज़ मेकिंग द इलेक्शन मोर ट्रांसपेरेंट. इससे हमें क्लियरली समझ में आता है कि हम किसे वोट कर रहे हैं, उनका एजुकेशन पॉलिसी, उनका एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन कितना है, वो कहाँ के हैं, उनके पास क्या प्रॉपर्टी है और किस तरीके से वो इंडिया को चलाएंगे. इससे हमारा जो इलेक्शन प्रोसेस है वो और ज़्यादा क्लियर हो जाता है, ट्रांसपेरेंट हो जाता है. वैसे ही बहुत सारे ऐसे लॉज जो है वो कोर्ट बनाते हैं ताकि हमारा जो वर्किंग ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट है वो और ट्रांसपेरेंट हो जाए. सो विद दिस स्टूडेंट, टुडे वी हैव सीन अबाउट मेनी डिफरेंट थिंग्स like judicial activism, function of the Supreme Court. We have seen about judicial review, public interest litigation. So students, let's have the summary that we have done. The Indian judiciary comprises the Supreme Court at the apex, followed by the High Court in different states and subordinate courts. The judiciary is an independent organ. The Supreme Court of India is located at New Delhi. It comprises of the Chief Justice and a maximum of 30 other judges. The Supreme Court hears and gives ruling on both civil and criminal cases. Student, about the civil and the criminal cases, we are going to study in the depth in the next part. So with this students, thank you. Stay home, stay safe.